You have big dreams, but most nights you just lie in bed, staring at the ceiling while your phone glows beside you, and you quietly ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? You keep watching motivational videos and success stories, but instead of feeling empowered, you end up feeling even more guilty that you're not taking any real action. Every morning, you tell yourself, today I'll finally change. But as the day starts, that energy slowly disappears and overwhelms you before you even begin. You sit at your messy desk, surrounded by books, a laptop, and empty cups, but instead of working, your hand automatically reaches for your phone once again. You scroll through social media, one post after another, funny clips, lifestyle content, people winning at life, while you're stuck in the same place, doing nothing. Hours pass like seconds, daylight fades into night, and you realize you've spent another entire day scrolling instead of moving even one step closer to your goals. At the end of the day, you put your phone down, lean back in your chair, and that heavy feeling hits you again. I wasted another day. Again. In that quiet moment, you start to wonder, am I just lazy? Is something wrong with me? Or is there another reason I can't make myself act? The next morning, you look at yourself in the mirror, not just checking your face, but actually questioning who you're becoming and where your life is going. You know deep down that you're capable of more. You imagine a better version of you, studying, creating, earning, traveling, living confidently, but it all feels far away and blurry. You sit down with a blank notebook in front of you, pen in hand, but your mind feels just as blank as the page, and you still don't know where to start. Finally, you write a simple title at the top of the page, Main Goal, 30 Days, a small but powerful decision to focus on just one clear direction. Under that title, you write one specific goal for the next 30 days, like studying daily or posting content, something concrete that your brain can understand and aim at. You tear out the page and tape it on the wall above your desk, promising yourself that this time you will actually follow through, even if it's in small steps. Now, that goal is right in front of you, not just in your head, but on the wall where you can see it every single day, reminding you what really matters. Instead of planning a perfect day, you set a simple 5-minute timer on your phone, place it face down, and tell yourself, I'll just work until this timer ends. You open your book or laptop and start slowly, not with a big burst of motivation, but with a small, honest effort to finally begin. As the minutes pass, you notice your focus getting a little stronger, your mind starting to engage, and work not feeling quite as impossible as it did before. When the timer rings, you realize something important. You actually started. And now that you're in motion, you decide to keep going a little longer. Later, you clear your desk, throw away the trash, stack your books neatly, and create a simple, clean space that makes it easier for you to sit down and work. You put your phone out of reach, in a drawer or in another part of the room, because you know you can't depend on willpower alone if temptation is always in your hand. With your environment cleaner and quieter, you sit at your desk again. And for the first time in a while, the space around you actually supports your focus instead of fighting it. You write a short affirmation on a sticky note, something like, I am building discipline, and place it where you'll see it whenever you start to doubt yourself. You read that line out loud, slowly, and even if it feels a little awkward at first, you start training your brain to believe something new about who you are. You get back to work, and this time your posture is a bit more confident. You're not perfect, but you're clearly more in control than you were before. Days start to pass, and you keep repeating the same small routine. Sit down, remove distractions, start with a tiny step, and you notice it's slowly turning into a habit. On a simple calendar, you mark each day you showed up and did the work, even if it was just for a few minutes, and those little X's begin to form a satisfying chain. Each small win, finishing a page, completing a task, hitting a tiny milestone, gives you a little spark of pride, and you start to see proof that you can change. When distractions show up, friends calling, messages popping up, you still feel the pull, but now you're able to say, not yet, and choose your goal for a little while longer. After a short, focused session, you stretch, breathe deeply, and feel good, not because you achieved something huge, but because you finally did what you said you would do. You look back at your goal page and see crossed-out tasks and notes of progress. It's not perfect, but it's real, visible evidence that you are moving forward. As you go outside, you notice your mind feels lighter. Instead of being stuck in guilt and overthinking, you're actually thinking about your next step and your future. You stand somewhere high, like a rooftop or balcony, look over your city, and for the first time in a while, your dreams feel a little closer and a little more possible. You remember the old you lying in bed, wasting day after day, and you compare that to the current you, who, in small ways, is finally taking responsibility. Your face now tells a different story. Your eyes are clearer, your expression calmer, and there's a quiet confidence that comes only from showing up for yourself. You record a short message on your phone, speaking to people who feel just like you used to feel, stuck, guilty, and calling themselves lazy, telling them that small steps can change everything. You add a new, slightly bigger goal next to your old one, not because you're chasing perfection, but because you now trust yourself to handle a little more. And in the end, you realize the truth. You were never just lazy, you were simply unmanaged energy. And when you direct that energy into small daily actions, your ambition finally starts turning into reality.